So the Bonanza bike did 48 miles per hour. 48 miles an hour just with valve springs. And 3.88 from 0 to 30. 0 to 30, 3.88 with a Duromax 208cc engine on it with a header pipe, 18-pound springs, and a jetted stock carb. This stock carb is completely jetted. It has the low-speed jet, the emulsion tube, and the main jet. And it did 48 miles per hour with this carb. So now I'm wondering if the VM22 carb will outperform the totally jetted stock carb on this Duromax 208. So I'm going to install the VM22, take it out for a top speed 0 to 30 and see if it beats 3.88 and 48 miles per hour. All right, let me pull all this linkage off of here. Pull off this throttle cable. Pull off this air filter. Just pull off all this linkage. One thing about putting the slide carb on here is you get rid of all this linkage, cleans it up. Get this plug wire out of the way. Pull off this fuel line. Alrighty, so let me pull off this adapter, air filter adapter. Pull this linkage off of here. So one thing about it is I won't need this linkage anymore, so I guess I'll pop this tank off, pull all this linkage off of here. And I gotta put a longer fuel line on it anyway. All right, pull that carb off. Get these studs out. So let me pull off this tank right now. I gotta pull it off anyway to put a longer line on it. I can pull off this total governor arm. Don't need all that anymore. This block looks like it's reinforced like a Predator Hemi block. No need for this anymore. Alrighty, so there's that. Cool, it's got the little pin on there so the arm doesn't fall back down into the block. So later on I'll take that wheel out of there, out of the crankcase. Alright, so let me bolt this carb on here. Get this tightened down on here. All right, so there we go. It even matches the blower housing. Looks nice on there. It might not run nice, but it looks nice. So let's pop this tank back on here with the longer fuel line on it. Alrighty, so I might as well put an inline fuel filter on this. So, alright. Alrighty, pop this on here without making a giant mess. There we go. So there's the fuel line. So now all I have to do is solder a tip on this cable, 2 1/4 inches of cable sticking out. Alrighty, so 2 1/4 inches have to be sticking out of the cable. right there. All right, cut that off right there. And solder the tip right there. Gotta make sure I get enough heat on this thing so it sticks really good to the cable. So there we go. So there's that. Looks like it's on there pretty good. I got enough heat on it. So now let me install this slide on here and see if it'll fit on there. Alrighty. Okay. Hopefully that'll do it. We'll see. See if we get full throttle on here. All right, let me pull off this air filter real quick. Let me pull off this air filter so I can look down and see if we get full throttle. That'll work. All right. So we should be good to go. Throw an air filter on here and see if we can beat 48 miles per hour and 3.88 0 to 30. This carb right now has a 120 jet in it, so we'll see how the 208 handles a 120 jet. I might have to rejet it, we'll see. There we go. We got the VM22 on the Duromax 208. Turned out pretty good. Now let's go take it out for a 0 to 30 and top speed run. Gotta be 48 miles per hour and 3.88 0 to 30. We'll see if it betters the jetted stock carb. Alrighty, 0 to 30, Duromax 208, VM22, slide carb. Yeah, it already beat it, 3.75 for the first 0 to 30. So let me just do a top speed now. Top speed run, Duromax Bonanza bike with a VM22 car. Seemed like it was moving out pretty good. All right, so it did 52 miles per hour, 52. So the Bonanza bike with the Duromax 208 with the VM22 carb did 52 miles per hour versus 48 miles an hour with the stock carb, and 3.75 0 to 30 versus 3.88. So the VM22 definitely woke this thing up. It feels a lot more snappy too with this carb. So the 120 jet's a perfect jet for this Duromax 208. Definitely a good upgrade for this engine.